Hey, Evan, I have a new chapter for you. Another Frog and Toad. This is a big book, but we are about halfway through it, so we still have lots to read. I think you're going to like this chapter. I haven't read it yet, but the title is Dragons and Giants. Whoa, let's see what that's about. Okay, Frog and Toad were reading a book together. The people in this book are brave, said Toad. They fight dragons and giants and they are never afraid. Huh, I wonder if we're brave, said Frog. Frog and Toad looked into a mirror. We look brave, said Frog. Yes, but are we? Asked Toad. See, there they are looking in the mirror. Are you brave? Let's see what they find out. Frog and Toad went outside. We can try to climb this mountain, said Frog. That should tell us if we're brave. Frog went leaping over rocks. Toad came puffing up behind him. They came to a dark cave. Uh-oh, I don't think I'm going to be brave with this next part. A big snake came out of the cave. Hello, lunch, said the snake when he saw Frog and Toad. He opened his wide mouth, and Frog and Toad jumped away. Toad was shaking. I'm not afraid, he said. I would have been terrified. So there they are, climbing up Toad is huffing and puffing while he climbs, and Frog is leaping up the rocks, and there is the scary giant snake. I would not have been brave. I would have been very afraid. They climbed higher and they heard a loud noise. Many large stones were rolling down the mountain. It's an avalanche, cried Toad. Frog and Toad jumped away. Frog was trembling. I'm not afraid, he said. Would you be afraid in an avalanche? See, there's all the rocks. There's Frog and Toad. I don't know. I think sometimes it's smart to be afraid. They came to the top of a mountain. The shadow of a hawk fell over them. Frog and Toad jumped under a rock and the hawk flew away. We're not afraid, screamed Frog and Toad at the same time. Then they ran down the mountain very fast. They ran past the place where they saw the avalanche, past the place where they saw the snake, and all the way to Toad's house. Whoa, that is a big bird, and I bet he'd like a little frog or a little toad for lunch. What do you think? Here they are running, running, running. Whoa. Frog, I'm glad to have a brave friend like you, said Toad. He jumped into the bed and he pulled the covers over his head. And I'm happy to know a brave person like you, Toad, said Frog. And he jumped into the closet and he shut the door. Toad stayed in the bed. Frog stayed in the closet. They stayed there for a long time, just feeling brave together. There they are. And that is the end. Interesting question. So do you think you can be afraid and still be brave? I do. I think sometimes it's smart to be afraid. And brave doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you do what you have to do anyway. So I think Frog and Toad were very brave. They had lots of scary things they had to deal with, and they did deal with them. They did the right thing every time. All right. Good night, my boy. I love you so much. My heart to your heart. Mwah.